Hi, my name is Cat and welcome back to more Arknights. Previously, we are done with chapter 0, so we are moving to chapter 1. Now, I want to say that the stages are getting harder and harder as we move on. You can see on the top right, the recommended operator levels is now 5. Previously, it has been 1 the entire time, so every chapter it will get much harder. Anyways, we'll just look at the map. 2 red boxes, 2 blue boxes, 1 cutoff point is quite strict. It's in dead in the middle, so this might not be too hard. So I just want to say that eventually Yato, all the 2 stars will be outdated, and I'll have to swap them out with 3 stars. Yeah, we have a fast moving creature controlled by Reunion that's more dangerous than a normal hound. So, dogs, more vicious dogs, and that dog just took 25% of Yato's health. It's just, it is what it is. This is what it means. Yeah, the 2 stars will not be viable in a few more stages. 3 slugs. Pretty sure she can handle this, but she can't handle that. Anyways, let's ignore to start blocking. I'll keep we'll keep Yato until she's done on her final health. That's it. Good job, Yato. Alright, 12F. Support Noir. Alright, we have cocktail throwers. So enemy combatant of unknown identity who attacks using ranged Molotov cocktails. So range enemies. They're designed to target your last deployed operators. So we are going to see that this cocktail thrower will non-stop hitting 12F because I deployed Yato first, Noir second, and then 12F third. So he's gonna be throwing cocktails at 12F all the way until he gets blocked. If he gets blocked. Yeah. So that's just how the games are designed. Something to keep in mind. One Junkman, that's okay. 2 Junkman, that's okay. 3, no, that's cocktail, so that's fine. They're relatively low damage against Noir, so that's okay. Okay, the 3rd Junkman. So 3rd Junkman is not okay. Now, this is probably the time for me to talk about medics. So, medics only exist on 3 stars onwards. Hibiscus, she's a medic. So if you look at the trait, medic restores the HP of allies. So if you want the operator to live longer, bring a medic. It's quite straightforward, really. So we will deploy Hibiscus and just heal both of them. So you can see Noir's health is going back up. So this is how your operators live longer. Now, of course, the other way is that I could have just deployed all my damage dealer and just kill the Junkman as fast as possible. That is also another strategy, but I think I want to take this time to talk about medics. Alright, moving on. Stage 2. Fixed squad, so unable to edit the squad. I'm forced to use the game's recommended squads to look at the level. Okay, there's 2 different lanes. They're independent, so 3 red boxes and 2 blue boxes, but 2 independent lane. This will get tricky. Whenever stages does this independent lane, I would say that people we are bad at humans are bad at multitasking. At least for me, I'm bad at multitasking, so I think this video might be a little bit messy, but we'll see. Okay, so now we are forced to use all the 3 stars. I have not explained any of them for a while. I'll talk about it as I go. We'll be skipping the story. Okay. Now we are entering the 3 stars. We're forced to use 3 stars. So 3 stars are just better 2 stars. Plume, Fang, they're vanguards. They're just better Yato. Jessica, is a sniper. She's a better ranger. Actually, she's a 4-star, so much better. Yeah, a much better ranger. Hibiscus and Ansel, they are medics. They are entirely new within the 3 stars. Beagle, a 3-star defender, better noir. Steward, single target caster, a better Durin. Lava, AoE splash caster, a better 12F. They are just better versions of the 2-star. They just every rarity are just better version of the 2 stars really. So but instead I do want to talk about some of the skills. So we can start with Fang. Fang has a auto skill, so she instantly gains 6 deployment points. So every time Fang has reached her skill point capped, she just activates a skill. We can see that by deploying her. Now something to know about auto characters like Fang, where I do want her to contribute in the battlefield, but I also need her to not die from the battlefield, because I need her to live as long as possible while generating as much deployment point as I can. So unlike Yato, I probably want her behind the line rather than in front. So I'm gonna have her all the way back for that reason. Okay, so another lane on top, we're gonna have the other deployment. So Plume is a vanguard, but she gains deployment points by killing an enemy. So that's why I do prefer her to be on this top lane when there's no one else but her, so that she will be responsible for every kill. Okay, I want to talk about something else as well. Everyone's level 10, so I'm not familiar with level 10 units, the level 10 stats, so I'll be doing as much as I can. So I'm gonna be taking it slow this time. Okay, so Plume is able to handle the top lane by herself, but the bottom lane, now Fang, I need Fang to live as long as she can, so at times like this, it's best to have a damage dealer to support. As I mentioned in previous video, it's either you heal them or you kill fast enough. I personally prefer the killing first before healing. We will see. I just want we'll deploy the medic just after Fang has lost more than half her health, which is like now. So medic, cover as much allies as possible. We will need Beagle soon, please. Beagle. Okay. So just in time. So we can speed up from here. Okay. Beagle is safe. Plume, I think she can handle all 3. We'll see. Yeah, she hits quite fast. I think it's fine. I can ignore for now. It gets generally multitasking is very difficult. For me, it's very difficult for me. Maybe not difficult for other people, but I would say that always take pause. Do not just let the game goes by without you noticing. That's why I said before in the very first video, pause button is a button you'll be pressing a lot in order to multitask. So the bottom lane is fine. Lava is handling all the defensive units. Shield soldiers are no match against splash casters. Plume is does she don't need to activate her skill? I think she can kill it fast enough before another one. So sometimes it's good to deploy a character all the way behind, because you are able to you're able to give opportunity for the enemies to have a gap between themselves. So this is why Plume will be fast enough to kill. That's right. Okay, the top lane is fine, we'll leave it at that. The bottom lane, Junkman is here, so we'll see how much Junkman deals with Beagle. So young man. Okay, that's no good. So I think 10 hits Beagle will be gone. So times like this, I would say that you can always activate the skills to just have a better defense. So for 3 stars, most 3-star skills are quite straightforward. They I would say they just have an immediate improvements to their main what's the word here? They just do best. They just do what they do best. Defender defend harder. Um, Melee units attack harder. It's always the same. So for now, you can see 3 stars as the fundamentals. Their skills are very basic. So we'll be using Beagle skill to defend more. We'll be using Lava skill to deal more damage. We'll be using Plume skill to deal more damage. We will have Hibiscus skill to heal more. So time just activate everyone's skill. We are already on the final wave. I could deploy the rest really, but I'm pretty sure we can handle this. That's right. Okay, we're done.
Mission accomplished.
And that was stage 2. Personally, I think this is probably one of the hardest stages, the hardest stage until now. I say that it's because times this stage actually does not challenges your own operators. Instead, it challenge your skills, your strategy up to this point. So if you have been brute forcing your way through, this is probably a stage where you lose. You will start losing because maybe your fundamentals wasn't good enough, or maybe you were rushing, or you couldn't handle multitasking. This stage generally I think is probably a much difficult stage than it seems. So I think this video has been long enough, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.